Before we start the podcast, folks, let me let you know that I am on the road performing stand-up comedy all across America. You can check me out. I've got dates coming up this week in Tampa, Florida. I've also coming up in New Jersey, Boston, North Carolina, Vegas. The dates keep adding. We're also adding UK and Ireland toward the end of the year. Head to columtyrrell.com if you're in any of those cities. Get some tickets now. Come see me live. Help support the podcast that way. Also, head off to patreon.com/Colum Tyrrell if you want to get some extra content every week. Do it right now. Thank you very much. Enjoy the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Colum Tyrrell Podcast. This 4th of July just gone. The nation was stricken down with a terrorist attack. 4th of July, what it means to you in this country: fireworks, hot dogs, fat chicks, just fat chicks and jeans, they cut off shorts and muffin tops and American flags, whores draped in American flags, like a beach party that was full of the military that were killed. They're all draped in the American flag, which is apparently. I don't know if that's legal or not to cut up the American flag. I always thought it was like greatly disrespectful, but now women use them as G-strings, and they wear tongs and stuff like that. So, but it seems like in this country, history is just, it's meant to repeat itself. History repeats itself constantly without anything changing. And we were struck by a tragedy. But despite this tragedy, America prevails. And Joey Chestnut has won the Coney Island hot dog eating competition. 15 championships in a row. And he was attacked. If you don't know Joey Chestnut, I don't know where you've been. He's one of America's greatest athletes, one of our greatest athletes. And I claim him, despite barely being here on a visa. I don't know. I can't hear anything you guys are saying. Either your mics are not turned on, or
how about now?
Yeah, unfortunately, now you're back on board. I'm sorry I fixed that for the folks at home. I'm so sorry. That was like me going, teacher, yeah. You forgot to give us homework. And they go, fuck.
This motherfucker.
And there I was in silence before the two goons joined in. So there was a terrorist attack, I guess, during the Coney Island hot dog eating competition. It is the personification nearly of American culture. How many horrible, disgusting pieces of food can we stuff down our face while the rest of the world is starving, and everyone's sitting there on Coney Island. They stood on a dirty syringe. They've got fentanyl and AIDS in the back of their heel, and they're all going, eat. And Joey Chestnut, who has an inflatable stomach or something, which is also the most disgusting way to eat hot dogs. If you watch them, they're dipping it in water, they're shoving it down their face. It's like, it is really, it's beyond eating. It's like, it's not even eating. It's just, how can I get as much food in this belly as possible? What can I stuff in there?
Gluttony.
Yeah, quite down on the... normally on the shore during 4th of July, you'll see a different type of hot dog eating contest than the Jersey Shore with Fonzie and his friends, all his guinea slut mates.
They're gobbling glizzies.
Yeah, of course they are. I know they are. They're fucking with they're sucking cock in a weird way because their nails are so long that they can't actually grip you around you. They've got like an old woman with fucking what's that thing with your arthritis? Exactly. That's why these Italian women down at the shore, these Italian Americans that visit from Staten Island, they make themselves handicapped due to the way they dress up. They've got their nails 4 inches long, multicolored. They got their hair in a fucking retarded poof. They're waddling around.
What year do you think this is?
They're 4'2". They're 4'2", dude. They're 4'2", and they can't walk, and they're stilettos. Anyway, Coney Island, they do it every year. They all eat. There used to be a little Japanese boy that used to destroy everyone.
Kobayashi.
Possibly.
Yes.
Whatever. That could be anything. That could be a fucking
Could be any of
sushi.
them.
Anyway, I don't know. He was doing his own hot dog competition. So Joey Chestnut. Can you see? Is that 15 years in a row, or is that just 15 years like a champion? Like Roger Federer. He's been on and off over the years. I don't know if he's going to win that ever again, but the sign of a champion is not just dominating. It's diversity and coming back. Not diversity, adversity, and then coming back. As is Joey Chestnut, the man who could never be beat.
He came out in crutches too, like he was like.
He hurt his ankle. He was training too hard. Sometimes when you're preparing for a big event, you go a little bit too hard when you're training. They were sparring. They had one of these younger kids, an up and comer. He fucking took his ankle out, and because you never know. Here's the beautiful thing about Joey Chestnut is that you know when he was training and he's eating. He's not just going. He wasn't just fighting the hot dogs. How many hot dogs can I stuff in my face over the next whatever time it is? He was also anticipating protesters and attacks from the crowd. So he had probably initiated that into a training regime. And everyone always said for years, they were like, it's crazy. Don't even practice choking out a protester. And he said, no, you never know when the day will come. That's what they always say. And that's what Joey Chestnut always said. He goes, prepare for the worst, you will always receive the best. That's what Joey Chestnut says. And the king of the hot dogs, exactly. So when some fucking twink or whatever came up on stage and was like, guys, global warming, he went, Pya! And he took the cunt's neck off. Can we see this? Here we go. So here's Joey Chestnut. Go back to the beginning. That would help. All right, so he's in the middle of it. All these irrelevant people, just who their only hope is to be beside him during the. Pause it for a second. Pause it. If I'm talking, you should pause it. The only thing is for all these other people involved is just hoping that they can be beside him. That's like the best case scenario is you're just beside Joey Chestnut while he's just destroying you. Yeah. And then you can just be the guy in the background puking while he claims his title. And then he goes across the street and then orders himself a burger. So this guy came up dressed as Darth Vader. And he was complaining about where they get that Nathan's isn't organically sourced pig or something.
Yeah, it says something about the Smithfield Death Star, and that's like a company, like a pork company.
That's the pork company that supplies Nathan's hot dogs. Nathan's famous hot dogs, which are, by the way, shit.
Yeah, they're repulsive.
But I think they might have used to be good. It might be
the standard. Yeah.
You know, I saw Anthony Bourdain going, if you want to eat real New York food, get yourself and he always describes things retarded. He's like, get yourself an uneager, overachieving, yet silly, and he describes it in a way, he's like, get yourself a jealous hot dog, envious with onions, orgasmic with mustard. And you're like, what are you talking about? It's just a shit hot dog. And he's like, no, dip it on the ground. Taste of New York. Anyway. So in the middle of this fucking hot dog competition, Joey Chestnut, and he attacks him. He attacks him big. He goes nuts. That's crazy. It was crazy how he hit this fucking kid. Look at him. He almost fucking broke his neck. And he looks at him and goes, all right, back to business. Dave Portnoy over at Barstool Sports. Shout out to Barstool Sports. They had a funny clip actually where he was off doing his little pizza reviews and some random chick, I don't know if you saw that, we won't play it now, but she was like peeping out from over a fucking one of the restaurants. She's like, you guys are fucking rape apologists and your opinions on unionization are disgusting. I hope Barstool Sports burns to the fucking ground. She was just like some random. She was like a fucking like the neighbor
Yeah,
from
like Wilson.
Wilson, just like peeping over it, going, "Fuck you!"
You just see her blue hair.
And he's just and then she said something. He goes, "And you're ugly." And then by the way, Dave Portnoy's fucking like 21-year-old smoking hot dumbass girlfriend. I don't know if she's dumb, but you gotta assume. You gotta. Why bother being smart, baby? You got it all. You're 21. You're hot. You're kind of Spanish or Asian or Filipino, or you're getting whipped every night. I know what type of sex Dave Portnoy's into. He's fucking leaving you black and blue. Woo! But you get a lot of money out of it. So why be smart? That's crazy. Don't waste your time with thoughts and opinions. Nuts. Fuck that. So that was a funny clip. And then but what they did was at Barstool Sports, I don't know what the Barstool Book Sportsy Betsy thing. They refunded all the over under because he was on track to clear the over under, and then that's pretty sick to have been attacked in the middle of a sporting event and still go on to do that.
Come out on top.
There was a crazy Irish priest. Google this cunt and find out what happened to him. There was a crazy Irish priest, and I'm sure he would dress up as like a fucking medieval jester or a leprechaun or something, and he was on the Formula One F1 racing. Yeah. He came out before in protest. He was protesting against gay marriage or something, and he also did it in the middle of a marathon or at least a long distance run of some kind. And he jumped out and he grabbed the guy who was there. Is this the lunatic?
Yeah, Neil Horan.
Neil Horan, sometimes referred to as the Grand Prix priest, the dancing priest, or the Armageddon priest.
Them legs.
Yeah, he's a Catholic priest who was noted for his interference with the running of the 2003 Grand Prix and the 2004 Olympics marathon in order to promote his religious belief that the end times are near. Well, in 2004, he was found not guilty of of indecent assault against a 7-year-old girl, though he did admit that he was naked while the girl tickled him. And what? Come on, man. Come on. This is just crazy. This is. I know this is Wikipedia, but look at the photo. That is that. Do people see that? Yeah. The guy was a fucking lunatic. He was in the middle of the fastest fucking car race of all time. It's like a Formula One Grand Prix. They're like whizzing by. You don't even see them go by. When you're there, you just feel a vibration. Your body just goes. They go, what was that? Yeah. What was that? And he went out at one point, during the marathon in the Olympics, and he grabbed whoever was first, and he wouldn't let him run. And the guy, he never won the race. He was winning.
He's just holding him back.
He lost the momentum enough that there he is. Look at him grabbing the black guy. Look, go down, go low, to the bottom right. There's a much better version of it. Look at that, Brazilian.
Yeah, what is the outfit?
I don't know, but
tricorn hat.
It's what I used to go to. That's what I wore in school.
Okay.
With the knees sticking out and everything?
Yeah, a little bit of a skirt, never hurt anybody.
Easy access for the Irish priest.
You know what it is it's nice to have a little bit of a breeze on the back of your nuts. You never did that?
No.
Never wore a fucking skirt?
I did the 5-inch inseams.
You never got your balls hanging out? Get your balls hanging out nice and low, get a bit of fucking air.
I had a kilt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You walk into an Irish fucking high school, it smells like fish and chips.
Oh my
just from your fucking, just underage nuts. Just covered in crusty cum.
Just boiling in that musty ass weather.
Yeah, just trying to fucking, with all your might, just make yourself cum. Just. That's what we used to do in school. We would like
just telekinetically make yourself come.
I'd be sitting there and they'd be blabbing on about American fucking history, and I'd be just trying to with the power of my mind.
Hit him with a flex and bust.
I'd be hitting with the flex and bust. Exactly. That's what you called it. Yeah. Yeah. Just a self. Just like from the power of my mind, just trying to absolutely nut the fuck right in my skirt. Yep. And I'd be, and they'd be like, Colin's concentrating. And I'm like, never been able to do it. I have heard you can do that you can train yourself to have the the mental bust.
Jedi
Force,
powers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mental bust. You just got you got to not touch yourself for like a couple of weeks, and then you just got to.
mean-
You kind of. Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
You gotta. Let let me help you. You gotta put your body in the right conditions, of course. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go into a fight having not slept the night before. You gotta train yourself, get into camp. That's what they say. I'm gonna do an 8-week training camp so I can bust in my own pants. And yeah, I think the closest I ever came, which doesn't really count, was closest I ever came.
Hey.
It's not bad. Cut that out.
Okay.
Cut it out. I want you to edit that out of this show. I'm not some fucking Comedy Central fucking. Can you? I need to write that down. I need a soundboard where I can bleep out my own fucking slurs.
Fair enough.
Because God forbid, there's a video of me saying something. But you can train yourself to bust, and you just gotta I don't know if you could. I wonder if you could come. You could. Sometimes I wonder if I could fuck like a swimming pool. If I could fuck the water. If I was hard enough, and I kind of just. You know, kind of like water Zumba or whatever that pregnant women do. Kind of just, if I could just, everyone thinks I'm working out, but I'm just moving my hips, and then you just see me go, he's drowning. And just floats up. The lifeguard comes out with his fucking goo all over his head. I was busting. I was training myself to bust with non-friction busting, hands-free orgasm. That's what hands-free, HFO. There's like an entire community of HFOs. Something like that. It's similar to that. There's a hands-free community.
Like a bunch of monks just sitting in.
Yeah, what you're supposed to do is you don't touch yourself for a couple of weeks, and then you sit there and you get yourself into the room and you listen to this like ASMR style stuff. There you go. Come. Yeah, you're just up there with a bunch of Tibetans, just like fucking. You gotta clear your mind, young. I show up, teach me your ways. No, we're the white boy. We shall not teach the white boy our ways.
Man wishes to come.
Yeah, there's a young kid going, get out of here, white boy. And then the old master goes, he can stay. The old master, he can stay, for it is written in the leaves, or whatever. And then I'm just training, and then eventually one day I on the battlefield, me and this guy always hated me. We both bust at the same time, and we get rid of our enemies. And he's like, "Welcome," and he hands me his
My brother.
Exactly, my brother.
Yeah.
Welcome. So that's another movie that I wrote us right now, but that's not bad. Just
Kung Fu.
Yes. All right. Good stuff. Come on now, Johnny. You get in there.
Oh Jesus! Crouching nut hidden.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. But you can. I think the closest I've done it where I've like busted with on the inside of my pants.
Yeah.
You know, where I've kind of just like I think I pretty much just grinded against my own fucking boxers until it fucking.
Yeah, you get a good little tense like knee wiggle going.
There's a way of sort of you can move it in such a way you can really go. You got to come down though like this, like it's like a fucking Miyagi Do.
Wax on.
Exactly. Anyway, so this nut, I don't know whatever happened to him. What's he doing now? This guy, he was telling everyone about the end of the world. Can you go back to the Wikipedia page there, real quick? In 2017, he showed his support outside court for disgraced entertainer Rolf Harris. This guy, I don't even know if is he a priest? Like, did he get ordained? What's the application process for a priest? I feel like, is there anything where they say no? Or do they just let you in? I feel like if you're homeless, I would never be homeless. I would just join a religion.
That's what they do. They got it. They get fucking.
Here's the problem when you're homeless. You're probably insane. You're a little bit of a drug
You
addict.
fucking stink.
You don't really have the ins and outs of being able to, hey, listen, whatever scam you're running here, that's fine. Sure. Touch kids if I have to. Horn is a native of Knockeenhone, Scart. Would never heard of those words in my life. Currently lives in London. He studied to be a priest at St. Brendan's College in Killarney,
Yeah.
and Wexford, and was ordained in 1970. They take any cunt in there. Anyway, so Joey Chestnut, good for you. Really the pride of America, you know. There's something about this eating fucking fast food or eating anything where it does embody like the American, I could do that, you know. When you're watching LeBron dunk, even, and he's 380 pounds of muscle or whatever the fuck he does, and he spends a decade of your salary, or 10 years of your salary, LeBron spends every week on hair plugs that just every time he bounces a ball, they fall out. Every time he moves, and like world hunger could fucking shake from his head. It's insane. So you're watching these guys dunk and throw and run and tackle. It's like exhausting because you go, I could never do that. You watch this food thing, you go, fuck, I could be a natural. You kind of watch it, go, fuck, I've eaten. I'm kind of like that guy. I'm a fat cunt. Is there fireworks going off right now? A bit of shooting. Anyway, the real tragedy, obviously, what I was talking about earlier was there was a mass shooting. I don't know what I know we've been through this before. I don't know what the definition of a mass shooting is, but there was a lot of people shot. I guess there's a 4th of July parade in Chicago. Yeah. So this guy, according to my Twitter feed, he is a pro-Trump, anti-Trump, white supremacist Antifa member. So what the fuck is going on? There's photos of him wearing a Trump flag, and then everyone's saying, no, he was mocking. He was making fun of people who like Trump. So that's what the right were like, no, he was playing a part, like he was mocking us. And then the left are like, no, clearly this. I don't know, does he have to be something? Can he not just be a guy with a small dick who decided to shoot everyone so his rap career could take off? Highland Park Parade shooting suspect Robert Crimo?
Yeah.
Crimo?
Yeah.
A little nose on the fucking head, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Should have known.
Sir Crime a lot? Sir Shoot 'em Up posted pics of his teen sex doll online. All right. This was not what I was expecting to read right now. He did apparently. This kid, I don't know what he did. He showed up. He shot a bunch of people. There was 2 parents there. It was sad. Their kids are left parentless now. Probably going to an orphanage, in and out of the system. You know, they'll end up being drug dealers. You know, I've seen The Wire. The Highland Park shooting suspect posted disturbing images of a teenage sex doll. Can we just say, you know, what end of the teen spectrum here? Being a teenager is a spectrum. You could be 18, or you could be 19. You're 19. That's a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Is a 19 teenager?
I think technically, yeah.
Absolutely.
Gross. They should limit that. All right. That's like a technicality. I used to be pro baby sex dolls, by the way. Just so you know. I used to be. What? I used to just be like, listen, I'd rather you fuck a $200 Barbie than my daughter. I don't know what lock me up and throw away the key. I guess I'm crazy. You guys keep getting your kids diddled. I'm gonna fucking buy him a plastic doll that cries and blood comes out of her eyes for some fucking reason. These are you can buy dolls that have bloody eyes. It's nuts. But then apparently here's the problem. It doesn't actually. It's like porn. You know, at first you watch when you were a kid. Could you imagine the stuff that I could come to when I was a kid? I used to just like come to get hot models in magazines. Absolutely. Who they're like they're advertising like Bounty fucking tissue.
Pages together.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be fucking toilet paper or whatever. They'd be fucking advertising any sort of bullshit. Just be like, Tums, you know? And like, someone's like, did you have bad digestion? Just like a hot girl in Tums commercial.
Holding her tummy, like, I have diarrhea.
Oh, yeah. Fucking shit all over my dick. There's banging coming in. Is that because of construction next door? Is that what that is? Or
We'll check it out, dude. Tell them to shut up.
Yeah, it is. It's construction. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm sorry, folks. New York City, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was more fireworks. I was like, Jesus, these Dominicans will not go to bed.
Another parade.
Anyway, but the problem with the teen, apparently the teen, the little underage doll stuff doesn't thirst. It doesn't
scratch the
it
itch.
just
doesn't
makes you
scratch
want-
the ears.
yeah.
It just creates more of a thirst for kids. So, having heard that, but on paper, seems like the best
Yeah.
scenario. Like just
Definitely.
it's like a
Right.
placebo
Mm-hmm.
or something. Anyway.
Instead of chemical castration.
Yeah, and I bought a load of them to sell them on as merch, but then I found out
Yeah.
they all say actually we have merch right now. Got to columtyrrell.com for merch as a merch drop. Got a nice little shirt there for sale. Go check it out. Also, at the end of the episode, we're gonna read the best comments from last week, in which you guys make fun of the algorithm. It's a whole thing. Go back to all the other episodes. You'll see every week people leave stuff saying, "Oh my God, the algorithm couldn't make me come," or whatever. So I wrote a blog me tooing the algorithm and ruined its career because the algorithm didn't eat my pussy. But I say, hey, listen, that's Jamaican culture right there. Anyway, so that'll be at the end of the episode. We'll read last week's stuff. So this guy who shot up everybody, he had a teen doll. Can we read more about this teen doll real quick? That was him? Because that seems like the doll. That looks like a doll. That looks like a doll someone drew on.
Yeah.
Someone made a good point. It might have been Dave Smith about like how the way fashion is now is like if this kid looked like this in 1998, everyone would be like, don't go near that kid.
Right.
That kid would be like a fucking
Walking red flag.
dude. That's like a black guy in 1820s or something. It's like don't let him near us. Don't even come into this neighborhood. Sorry, we cannot allow you. That's a fucking psychopath. Now that's every fucking SoundCloud rapper for the last 12 years. Just walking around with that face. Then it became like it's like a gay thing. Do you ever watch Euphoria with all the kids with the big tits? And one of the kids in that, he's like a gay bi poly whatever. He's got like a fucking little face tattoo now, so it's kind of like cool and trendy. And it's like, nah, you used to be psychos.
Right.
You used to be drug dealers and psychopaths that blow up stuff. They microwave their hamsters and everything. This guy was that was a telltale sign a few years ago. So this is his teenage doll. Well, what makes her a teenager?
Yeah.
That could be a fucking 48-year-old woman. Who the fuck knows? Were we going by our hands? What's going on? That's just a fictional thing that we said. You don't get a birth cert with it. You don't get to cut it open, count the fucking rings. This is just a woman that's wearing his hat. You could make that a guy. You could just pretend it's like, how hard is this? It's like Mr. Potato Head, all the stuff switching on. Anyway, at the shooting, can you find out if he dressed up as a woman at the shooting? So apparently at the shooting, went up, sad, dressed up as a woman so that he could escape
Yeah.
from... So he could escape from law enforcement. Is there any proof of that? Gunman dressed like a woman to blend in. Blend in? During the 4th of July. That's not... All right. I don't know about you. I don't know how trans accept... By the way, that's just him. That photo. But I don't think a guy dressing up as a woman is just like, hey, everybody, don't mind me. I'm just a normal woman.
I'm just a pretty lady.
No, but everybody turned around and was like, just...
Excuse me?
Everyone turned around and was like, I think that guy's carrying AK-47. Like, that's a trans woman. How dare you? Shut up. Don't say anything. You'll be transphobic. And then he popped your head off. According to Covelli, the 21-year-old suspect wore woman's clothing to hide his facial tattoos. What is that? A burqa? Like, what's a woman's clothing? What could you possibly have over your face?
Yeah.
and exited the roof from where he carried out his attack. He then dropped his rifle and blended in with the frenzied crowd to escape, went to his mother's home on foot, and borrowed her Honda Fit to flee. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, listen, he got caught. Fuck him. I hope he rots in jail. But it was kind of like there's like a funny Mrs. Doubtfire style of like him running down and he has to fix the wig and he's like, oh, I believe there was a shooter over that way.
His fake tits are falling out.
Yeah, he burns one of his titties. From the rifle shot by. Oh, I did not know, for I am from Scotland. Anyway. Sorry to interrupt the podcast, guys, but today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy service that I personally use. I only started it this year, and I've already noticed huge improvements in my personal life. And I believe the guys in the booth here. Guys, do I scream at you anymore?
No.
I used to be a screamer.
Been a long time.
All day long it used to be.
And now what am I like?
Now you're an angel.
Do you think I'm soft? All right, if you want to be happier, join BetterHelp. But if you want your fucking if you want the staff to respect you, you gotta just don't ignore that. Have your anger issues. That's the only way. You gotta crack the whip. Can't crack no whip no more. Because I went to the therapist and I realized that I'm a bad person. I've been using BetterHelp for a while. I cannot recommend it enough. Give it a go. I promise you there's something in there that can help you. One of the best things about BetterHelp is that you can change your therapist anytime. It's a real ghosting scenario. You don't need to write a letter. You don't need to tell them that anything's going on. You just go, sorry. It's like Tinder. See ya. Didn't help you. What happens if they ask you to take responsibility for your actions? You go, see ya. Not the answer I wanted. You can head off to BetterHelp right now. That's better, BETTE, or help, HELP, .com/Collie. If you use that promo code now, you will get 10% off your first month. Do it. Help the people in your life and help you. Don't be one of those guys who takes all of their feelings to the grave. Head off to betterhelp.com. Use the you head off to betterhelp.com/Collie. So I can at least lick my lips a little bit while you're helping your mental help. Back to the show. All right, Jordan Peterson has gotten banned from Twitter. Again, of course, this is what they do. I don't really care that much anymore. It's tough when you're making money because all these guys, it's all a hustle. It's all a scam. None of these guys believe. I refuse to believe that any of these guys really just happen to be in a situation where they've got very strong divisive opinions and they just happen to make millions of dollars at the same time. Like I refuse to believe that every single time there's a take that it's always the most controversial. It's always splitting the room. It's always also, by the way, when you're a free thinker, just a conservative. It's always, I'm a free thinker, so fuck trans. Fuck trans. Fuck the blacks. I'm a free thinker. No, I'm a free thinker. Why is that? I don't think we should pay taxes. But everything else outside of that, whatever. Jordan Peterson, I was a big fan of Jordan Peterson when he used to be like, oh, you got to make your bed. Hey, the reason you're not achieving anything is because you got to make your bed. So you were raped by a few guys on a bus. I have to ask you, why are you going to dwell on it? We can't sit around and dwell on it. The power of the human mind is to keep going. Always moving forward, never moving backward. It's like the sharks. Sharks, if a shark stops moving, he dies. You have to move forward. Be the shark. And you're like, all right, cool. And then I don't know what happened. He became addicted to drugs despite being the whole guy going, you've got to be mentally stronger than being addicted to drugs. And then he hurt his back because he stopped eating vegetables and he became brittle, right? This is like the real spiral of a maniac. He refused to eat fruit and vegetables. We've been conned to by big farmers. Like, what the fuck happened there? Does he think that was like a conspiracy theory?
I think his daughter was like really sick.
His daughter's a fat retard, right? She can fuck off too. And I'm the only one who can say it because all my friends have been on her podcast and she follows all my friends, right? She's a fucking retard. She's a fucking another schemer in the family business of cons. They just said, let's come up with something fucking stupid and let's only eat steak. Coincidentally, here's a fucking promo code for fucking Peterson steaks. Meanwhile, they probably have all their money caught in Big Banana too, and they're playing both sides. That was fucking stupid. That's stupid. What do you think, Fonzie? Are you pro fucking carnivore diet? That's the type of bullshit you probably heard on Sam Tripoli's show.
What, like the fucking Liver King? You know my boy Liver King?
Yeah, the
What's
liver.
up, Primals?
But he eats everything, is it? It's not just
He eats exclusively raw meat.
raw meat.
Nah, but that's disgusting. I can never do that.
But that was eradicated like billions of years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like cooking food is like a new thing.
Right. Yeah, Neanderthals discovered fire.
Yeah. Haven't we been grilling steaks since the beginning? Like pterodactyl pussy or whatever? Why aren't we doing that? Like Fred Flintstone? Show me the fucking Flintstones. Tell me they aren't cooking up a big burger. Never saw them eat any liver at all. Liver's nasty though, by the way. Did you ever eat liver?
No.
I've eaten a lot of liver over the years.
It looks nasty.
There's a way to make it nice, but you gotta soak it in milk. To like get rid of the sour taste, you gotta bread it up, you gotta fry it, and it's like the problem is it's a crumbly meat.
Apart,
it's
right?
so you bite it, it crumbles.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
chalky kind of. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And the only people that really eat it are farmers who look like the Liver King, who all have fucking skin cancer on their ears. Right? They've all got fucked up skin cancer
Bunch of
ears.
sister wives.
Exactly. They're all just inbred retards. Again, another scam for us to be like, And this guy's going home, he's having a smoothie, he's probably, who knows what he's having.
Yeah.
He's lobbing strawberries into his mouth every night. Fucking another day, another dollar. And I don't know enough about the Liver King or whatever, but I do know Jordan Peterson started off pretty good. His whole claim to fame was just like, I refuse to let you make me call this woman a man or whatever the fuck it was, right? Yeah. They said that they would fire him from his job in Canada, some college in Canada, the top college in Canada, the number one college in Canada, called, who gives a fuck? No one's ever heard of it. They don't even tell you what fucking city he's from. Anyway, they said they were gonna get rid of. They brought in a rule that if any of the teachers refused to call a kid by their new pronouns, that they would get fired. And he was like, well, it's nothing to do with the pronouns. It's just to do with the fact that you're policing language. And I was like, that makes sense. Policing language. And now, since then, he's been on a 7-year tirade of going, fuck these tranny bitches. It's a matter of freedom of speech. And these freaks deserve to die. The American family is built on two people. One is a man and one is a woman. And they only have sex to procreate. So that was his whole thing. It's like he spiraled so much. And he only has a couple of, like every comedian, he has a couple of topics. You know what I mean? Every comic, like Bill Burr's overpopulation, his wife sucks. Louis always about fucking shitting on a children's face or whatever. I don't know what Louis talks about. What are you talking about that? And Jordan Peterson, blah, blah, blah. He disappeared for a while. He developed an opiate addiction. He put himself into apparently, this is a lie. A self-induced coma for 8 years or 8 months in Russia. He went to Russia and just went into the coma shop. Well, one coma, please. Yeah. One coma, please. I really need to kick these habits. You know what I mean? These lewds have got the fucking better of me.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, the problem was he stopped eating vitamins. And so, right? So he had an all-protein diet and he hurt his bones because he had no calcium going in there. And then he got sick, so they prescribed some bullshit. Then he went onto his fucking coma and then he just showed back up. Hey guys, I'm back from the coma. So what's going on? These fucking tranny bitches. So I don't know what he did with Elliot Page, who formerly Ellen.
Yes.
Ellen changed her name and her tits to a male version. Ellen changed to Elliot, and I didn't even see the original tweet, but I guess Jordan Peterson came out. He tweeted, "What great acting from Ellen. I mean, quote. I mean, Elliot. Psych. Elliot Page is definitely a man. Joking. LOL. JK. Buy my book. 98 more rules that I found. Oh, I forgot to tell you. There's actually more rules. That's Jordan Peterson, which is like the biggest. 12 rules for a perfect life. 12 more rules. Here's another 6. The complete collection. 100 rules to live by. Comb your eyebrows." Anyway, so he got fucking removed from Twitter. It's tough when you're in that gimmick of just being a talker. You constantly need people on social media to come to you. And we're going to get some fucking comments from this, by the way. And I know a lot of you guys, like, even if you're still listening, you're probably hating. The amount of Jordan Peterson fanboy bros that fucking come at me when I make fun of this Boney Elmo is fucking insane. It's like, it's someone like fucking dressed a Muppet in a suit. It's like a fucking Muppet's lawyer.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, remember he cried one time? Remember one time in the middle of an interview, someone was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Men just need to be men again. It makes me so sad. I really just care about everybody. I see my new book available now, $19.99. But this is good for their brand. This is really good. When you get taken down from something, your brand is stronger. It just works for them. It's just the way it is. Now they have to go, "Oh my God, I can't speak on Twitter anymore. If you want to hear me, pay $50 a month." Mm-hmm. And there's like, "Oh no, that free platform is gone." So, you know, he's a fucking dickhead now. What do you want me to say? He used to be cool. Wipe your ass. Do your stuff. Don't protest. It's a waste of time. I got it. I like him. I like when he eviscerates or evaporates a fucking feminist or whatever. You know, feminists brings up wage gap to Jordan Peterson and he calls her a fucking cunt. You're a fucking cunt? Really? Why is suicide in men so big? Huh? Tell me that, you little bitch. So, look. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Obviously, it's a gimmick now. He's trying to make some fucking money, and I respect the hustle. But it's the same with all of these guys. Left, right, center. It's all just yapping for no fucking reason. Hello, numero uno, Colum Tyrrell, also part of the crew. So he released a video, 14 minutes. 15. It's a guts of 15. There's comedy specials are 15 minutes long, right? 15-minute response to Twitter, and it's as funny as it could ever be. You think when he went and did Joe Rogan in a tux, there was nothing beyond parody that he could possibly have done. Yeah. And now this is where he hired again. It's hard for me to judge the cunt because I talk a lot too. I also talk a lot of bullshit. And I also have multicam set up right now, but
The light behind
do
you.
as I say, not as I do. Yeah, so he set up this very, he got up suited like he was best man at a wedding again. And he's just responding to the fact that he can't tweet. And I don't know if he goes into the actual details of the tweet that caused it.
He brings up the tweet. Yeah.
He brings up you'll see he does these snarky little. I actually made a tweet about Ellen Page. Oops. I mean, oops, oops, old dead name Peterson again. Whoops, he's flirting. He's like, ooh, oh, is my shoulder out? God. He will. I hope nobody kisses me on the neck. That'd be terrible. I'm going to go upstairs and get changed now. Don't follow me. I'm going to leave the door unlocked. He's just like flirting with the...
Leaves a glove behind.
Oops. Elliot, psych. It's Ellen. It's funny because it's usually the other way. It's very, there's something not even as mean about it when you call Elliot Ellen. It's like not like as cunty as they want it to be.
Yeah.
When you call a fucking, what's a good trans name? Michelle? Michael? When you go Michael, it's fucking Michael. Yeah. It's not Michelle Obama. It's fucking Michael. It's meaner. There's something about calling a woman a man that's very mean.
Yeah.
And something about calling a man like Elliot Ellen, it's kind of just like, well, you know what? You don't look any different.
Yeah.
If I saw before and after photos with clothes on, I don't think she changed at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aside from the 6-pack abs she got surgically implanted,
Is that what happened?
it looks like it.
Yeah.
But these broads can be shredded, or whatever. Anyway, am I going to get cancelled now? Am I going to be ringing Peter or Jordan? What website are you on?
Hopefully, we need some views, cause
Jordan, I found a couple of rules. All right, so he makes this over-the-top rebuttal, and it's steeped full of fucking humor. So let's press play from the beginning. We'll watch the first few minutes here. Here we go.
A few days ago, I penned an irritated tweet in response to one of the latest happenings on the increasingly heated culture war front. In response to the decision of an actor named Ellen Elliot Page,
So it's pause it.
I am employing...
Pause it. He's reading off a fucking teleprompter, and he wrote in, eye roll. Ugh. Sorry, my B.
Yeah.
I'm so used to calling Ellen. You know how often I've called Ellen Page? Every day of my life. I've been talking about her. She's my favorite actress for years. It's like, I can't not call her that. It's like, I don't think I've ever said her name 4 times in my life. You're sitting down, it's over the top. Look at this. It's lit up like a fucking high school graduation photo. It's fucking insane. This is like one of those headshots you get at the mall. There's like a real dark thing, like it's The Godfather. I'm in the light. I'm a man, now I'm a woman. What am I? I'm Jordan Peterson. I'm here to fuck your bitch.
What's fucking good?
Yeah, well, what's that little thing? I only just noticed this right now. He has a little... Is that from the suit, or is that like the flag of France?
Yeah, I was wondering.
He has a little pin on his chest there. Can anyone figure that out? If you're watching this at home and you figure that out, please let me know what that is. And possibly in the comments. Fonzie, you get into the comments there while me and Johnny are having a good time watching this video. Yeah. You go make yourself fucking useful, you stupid wop. All right, let's go back to the beginning real quick. Let's see what Jordan Peterson has to say about this. And he's an absolute... The culture war is getting out of hand. Right.
This awkward and impossible naming style.
Can you go back to the beginning?
Because it...
Thanks.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
A few days ago, I penned an irritated tweet in response to one of the latest happenings on the increasingly heated culture war front. In response to the decision of an actor named Ellen Elliot Page. I am employing this awkward and impossible naming style because it is now apparently mandatory, and am probably doing it wrong nonetheless, as you're doing it wrong is the whole point of what has been made mandatory. But also, I'm trying to make a point. I've essentially been banned from Twitter as a consequence. I say banned, although technically I have been suspended. But the suspension will not be lifted unless I delete the hateful tweet in question, and I would rather die than do that. And hopefully it will not come to that.
Pause it for a second.
Who the hell knows?
He died doing what he loved. Standing up for nothing. He refusing to delete tweets. He's on his deathbed. Kill me. I'd rather die. I'd rather die than delete a tweet. I don't even know why this came up in the news again. I don't know if it did. Apparently it's mandatory now or something. I don't know what that means. To refer to Ellen Page as Elliot now. It's not overly confusing, by the way. It's not crazy.
That's an easy one.
Yeah. It's not like fucking Elliot Page's movie. The fucking Inception.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's confused about Inception. I feel like he watched Inception and he doesn't understand it. And
He
he's
does
just
get pretty Inception later.
yeah, and he's talking about like the dreams and the dreidels, and he's like, wait, was she a ghost? What happened? Wait, and then the whole time he's just like, was it Elliot or is it Ellen? What's going on down there?
Actor.
By the way, yeah, the actor thing is all old school bullshit thing. They just say actor now. It's a gender neutral thing, which that's not the worst thing. Of all the things in the world, it's like you just call her a singer. You don't say male singer, female singer. It's just a singer. You sing the fucking songs. It's not actor and actresses. It's just actor. Now, waiter, waitress, it is still because a waiter, I ain't tipping you shit, dude. I ain't tipping you shit. Waitress, yeah, here you go, honey bun. This is what you get for cut.
Sweet cheeks.
Yeah, big black woman, big tits at a diner. Call me baby.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Instant serotonin.
Oh my God, $7 on some mozzarella sticks for you. All right, let's continue with this fucking manifesto. What is that
In question.
Is there any information in the pin?
No, just
Jordan
people
Peterson
sucking
pin?
them off in the comments.
They're sucking them off?
Oh, they love them.
They love him. They're coming at me. They're going to be coming at me for this. Fucking boys make jokes. Men make their bed. That's it's like if you're in love with Jordan Peterson, you are a homo. Let's go. Come on. Before I say anything more hateful stuff.
And I would rather die than do that.
I'd rather die.
And hopefully it will not come to that, although who the hell knows
It
in
might
these
come to that.
increasingly strange days.
Pause it again. Yeah, you're right. It will. It might come to a point where we will execute Jordan Peterson in public. We'll hang him. A public hanging. And everyone's gonna go, everyone in the crowd will go, Elliot. Or Elliot. And he's going, and he's like, it's like in Braveheart where he's like lying there and they're all just like going, mercy, mercy. And he's just, before he dies, goes, Ellen! Yeah. And then they'll go, wow. This is how he imagines himself. I will not be broken. Let's go. Let's see what else he has to say.
What was it that I said that caused such a fuss? And that fuss is just beginning. And even more importantly and complexly, what exactly was it that I said that resulted in the ban? Here's the tweet in question.
Oh.
Remember when pride was a sin? And Ellen Page just had her breasts removed by a criminal physician. Then a link to a story that detailed out the happenings. The response from Twitter.
Can you pause
quote,
for a second? Again, this is, I'm guessing because it was during Pride Month when he tweeted this, so it must have been a week ago or something. Yeah. So during Gay Pride. And well, I thought pride was a sin.
You sinners?
Oh, we got 7 deadly sins here. What? Gluttony? I thought gluttony was a sin. By the way, Ellen Page had her tits removed. What's the correlation here? The criminal physician, I don't know what the link is, but there's a chance that he was probably caught drunk driving or something. So now he's calling him the criminal physician. I don't know. By the way, fuck Jordan Peterson if he thinks you can't get your tits removed in America. That's crazy. I don't give a fuck what his opinions are about doing anything. You can get your tits removed. This is America. Most of y'all should be getting your tits removed, you fat cunts. I recommend getting your bellies removed, your fucking that big foompa in the middle. Get your stomach stapled and then get your stomach stapled, get some fucking hypnotism so you stop stuffing your fat fucking face. Get lipo, get everything, get that fucking big hunk of a nose fucking shaved down. Get it all fixed. Get your tits removed. Get tits added. Why stop there? Flat-chested bitches. Go buy Ellen's fucking tits, wherever they are. By the way, I don't know if he did anything other than he just like fucking scarred her under like shit. Flat already, right?
Flat as a 2x4 board.
very good. But she was pretty flat already, right? So what did he even take out? I feel like he just went in and just like did like, you know?
And here's a bill.
It's like a construction worker who comes like, I'll be here all day, and he sort of just like cuts a hole in the wall and goes, yeah, there was a lot of construction back there I was doing, I swear. Anyway, so this is the dumbass tweet that got him removed. Remember when pride was a sin? There's 7 deadly sins. What else was there? Just gluttony. What are the other deadly?
Sloth. Yeah.
Sloth? What's that? Sitting around watching TV?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, just being lazy.
Eating Doritos?
Yeah, just being a crumb.
Wow. That's all right. These are all fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Sin?
Oh, they're all good.
Sin is everything, right? So what's that? Sin is just... I don't know. Like pride is like being proud of something. I love sucking cock. I'm proud. Sloth is sitting around watching gay porn. Gluttony is sucking too many cocks. How many sins are there? Just 7.
7
And what else do we got?
We got pride,
Yeah.
greed,
Yeah. Give me all the cocks. You're not getting any of the cocks.
lust,
I love the cocks. I want more cocks.
envy,
Is, oh my God, I wish I had that cock.
sit cock, gluttony,
Just gimme, yum, 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 yum.
the wrath or anger.
Wrath or anger?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so angry.
Give me your fucking cock.
I'm so angry that there's a cock not in me right now. It's all gay. It's all gay. The sins, all the sins are gay. That's like just what that beating around the bush is.
Yeah.
Just don't be gay. And now let's see what else you have to say about this horse shit. And we'll skip on in a couple of minutes. Yeah, let's go back to the video.
It's removed by a criminal physician.
Criminal for
And a link to a story that detailed out the happenings. The response from Twitter, quote, violating our rules against hateful conduct. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease.
Pause. I want to see the clips that didn't get in. Because, he said it first. He's like, you cannot. And then someone go, cut. You really want to. You cannot. This is what Twitter said to me. And then he rambles off the stuff like he's fucking Billy Joel fucking doing, we didn't start the fire. I didn't tweet the tranny. It was always playing since the wheels been turning. Go back to that him. He's spitting beats like fucking Ludacris, right? He is crushing it. That should be remixed right there. Look, this is incredible.
Violating our rules against hateful conduct. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease.
Bars. Crushing it, dude. That was great. I'm a rap god. I'm a rap god.
Exactly.
That's an awfully hot poppy god. That's an awfully hot poppy god. Race, religion, creed. Doris Day, Marvy Moore. I don't know. I wish I knew the words to that fucking we didn't start the fire. All right. Let's see what. Look at it. Look at how serious he is. I'm a very serious man. I'm wearing a serious suit. I've got a serious haircut. I've got my serious ears. I've got serious lighting. The best family is a 2-person home. All right, come on.
By clicking delete, you acknowledge that your tweet violated the Twitter rules. Delete. If you think we've made a mistake, submit an appeal to us. Please note that should you do so, your account will remain locked while we review your appeal. Let's take this apart. First, it is clearly the case that I did not promote violence against.
All right, it's kind of just blabbing now for a little bit, is it?
Yeah.
Let's skip ahead to the next part when he really shows his true Jordan Peterson moments, because it's kind of just what you can watch this whole video yourself, guys. But it's a lot of rambling. It's like just let's get down to the brass tacks of things. Is he a criminal? It's definitely a sin. It says right here in the Bible that pride is a sin. Am I lying? All right, let's see what he has to say.
Although, as I said, I am in the position of having to guess. Next phrase to interrogate. and Ellen
He's getting
Page.
Inception right now.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why did I stop there?
Oh.
Because in all likelihood, it was this seemingly innocuous phrase, including the name of a well-known actress, there I'm in trouble again, that likely resulted in my ban. I committed the fatal crime
Here's
of what
the
has
problem.
come to be known.
You can't position yourself as a fucking intellect and you know everything and then simply just keep doing this whoops like style.
I'm gonna say it.
He's like, oh, this actress called Ellen a fuck. Whoops. He's going, freak.
You should have a soundboard.
He's just sitting. You need him to go. Yeah, you need him to go. Ellen, like a car crash. Just, whoops. I guess I've got to go to the gulag now. But every time he says it, it's like just he's being a prick. He's not even I do understand if you're just forgetful and you go, wait, what's her name now? It's her as a him? All right. Because that's what most people are. It's just like, wait, her as a him now? All right. So what is it? Ellen? Elliot? Whatever. And they kind of like just, yeah. All right. You do your thing. Yeah. But he's like, he's clearly learned it. And he's clearly doing it like a bully. Going, like I said when I was talking to Elliot, when I was talking to Ellen, I mean Elliot. Oh, sorry. Oh, clumsy me. Oh, Jordan Peterson forgets it. Elle forgets it, Peterson. All right. He's there. Oh, freaks. Oh, grannies are abomination. Oh, sorry. That's just a little bit of COVID acting up. All right, let's see what else he's got to say.
There I'm in trouble again. That likely resulted in my ban. I committed the fatal crime of what has come to be known in the appalling sensorial terminology of the insane activists as dead naming, which is the act of referring to someone who has transitioned, another hated piece of jargon and slogan, by the name and by the inference, the gender, really the sex, that everyone knew them by previously, and in the case of Ellen/Elliot, that millions of people recognized and knew. So I should have either called him, her, they, Elliot, instead of Ellen, although as we will discover, that would have made it impossible for me to say what I wanted to and need to say in the remaining phrases. Not that such a problem would bother those who are objecting to my speech in the first place.
Oh, shut up, you fucking nerd.
The next...
Just shut the fuck up. At what point do you just go, shut the fuck up, dude?
That was so fucking exhausting.
Is pussy part of the carnivore diet? Because go get some, dude. You're rich now. You're a rich college professor. Go fucking assault some fucking teenagers. Get this out of your system. This is ludicrous. Shut the fuck up. Well, let's go break it down to the very definition of the word transitioned. A transition is actually a part of the car, and it cannot be part of a transition. So, ischen is from the German word for Ischeigenjock, which means to change. But in fact, they didn't change if they were always born that way. So transition doesn't actually... Shut the fuck up, nerd. I'd rather he just came out and went, they're gross.
Yeah.
They're fucking gross. All right? I don't like them. And I feel like they don't touch kids. These fucking trans, they're touching kids. Don't even get me started on interracial. Don't even get me going. Look at the stats. Look at the trans stats. I'd rather he just came out, hardcore, just said, show me a fucking lie. Yeah. Am I lying? They're fucking weird. They're fucking weird. Buy my fucking book, will you? 12 rules for not being a fucking freak. Stick him up, Elliot. I'm not a man to man.
You think you're a man now, Elliot?
Man to man. Queensberry rules. Let's duke it out. Me, Hugh, the winner, gets all the steak in South California. All right, what else? Was there another clip now, or we skip ahead?
Oh, yeah, the criminal physician part.
Oh, yeah. Is this where he actually breaks down why the guy was a criminal? Mm-hmm. Please, for the love of God, be a fucking retarded thing. Like he didn't file his taxes or something. So now because he alludes like criminal physician means like he was
Like malpractice or something.
Yeah, like the centipede, human centipede. He fucking he stapled a puppy to someone's neck or something. Like it's not. This is the kind of criminal mastermind thing. And what happened was he probably served someone who didn't have insurance or something, and it was like technically illegal. He turned a blind eye to someone who putting in a fake name during the insurance thing. Let's see what it is. Either that or he raped a woman. Either way, because my gut instinct is often wrong. Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's see what he has to say.
That Ellen/Elliot or whatever the hell her name or his name is.
It's one of those two.
Moral
You know
culpability
it's one of those two.
We skip past like 5 minutes and he's still doing it.
Dude, he's still rambling. It's one or the other. What is it? It's Elliot. But what about Ellen? It's gone. She changed it. It's not that anymore. Kentucky Fried Chicken is now KFC. Well, shut the fuck up.
That was one day.
Shut the fuck up. All right, let's keep. He's just like there'll always be the fucking
final phrase.
There'll always be the fucking Red Sox or not? Is it the Redskins?
Yeah, Redskins.
Who was it? The Cleveland fucking Indians? Didn't they just change their name?
The Cleveland Indians changed too.
Didn't the
Jesus
Cleveland?
Christ, we can't have
Washington
anything.
Redskins.
The Washington Redskins changed their name to the Washington Football Team, and now they're the Washington
Commanders.
There'll always be the fucking Redskins, if you ask me. Commanders or the team? What is it? How could I possibly expect it to not call them dirty fucking casino monkeys? All right, let's see what else he has to say.
Criminal physician. I must say that I've had some post-coital, so to speak, regrets about that phrase. It is clearly the case that the surgical operation performed by the butchers who butchered Elliot/Ellen was legal. So,
Of course
it criminal?
But here's look kind of response. And I'm no fucking lib. All right? I am not liberally retarded. Do not say I am. One thing about Colum Tyrrell, I am not liberally retarded. All right? But if I want fucking wings attached to my back, I could pay a fucking doctor. I'll pay some Indian doctor to attach wings to my back. If I want my nose removed so I can look like a fucking skull, I'm doing it. Put in fucking cat whiskers. I'm calling myself the pussy man, right? I'm doing whatever I fucking want. We live in the greatest country on earth. And if I can't get some fucking tits removed because I'm not feeling fucking womanly right now, because I'm feeling a little bit like a man, I want to shave some fucking time off my fucking my swimming lap. I want to start doing swimming professionally, so I want to get my titties down. I'm doing it. It doesn't matter what the fucking... Well, don't they have a moral obligation for a 35-year-old woman to not... Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What? That means I'm not allowed to fuck her now? Because it all comes down to, do these women have consent? There could be some sort of a, get your hands off my body type of thing. Whatever, All right, let's go back to this fucking idiot. It's a shame because I used to love the guy too. I know, I'm sorry. But I used to love the guy.
Yeah, he really fell off.
He fell off and he hit every fucking Ben Shapiro step on the way down. It's fucking crazy. Oh, obviously, look, he's about to do slide of hand. Follow the, look at him right there. Didn't he look at that? He's just like, what's that behind your ear? Yeah. It's a quarter, isn't it?
Where did your cart go?
He goes, okay. Remember the card? No, we've never met before. Am I correct? No, turn around. I'm not a turnaround. Can you please show the audience your card? What is that? That is the king of clubs. Now, if the king of clubs one day decided that he wants to be a female, he's still the king of clubs. You can't just become the queen of clubs. He's our set of clubs. If anything, I would call him the Joker. Thank you for Jordan Peterson's magic. You're a dork. All right, let's see. Go on.
Were the operations undertaken by the fascist physicians who carried out the Nazi medical experiments legal? Yes, under the laws of the time.
Yeah, but they didn't
But were they criminal?
These fucking Jews, right? Didn't volunteer to have their arms dipped in acid and shit, right? That's massively the difference. It's like fucking when you attack someone on the street, right? You crack them in the head or you pop them with an armbar. They don't just go, well, isn't it legal with the laws of UFC? No, it's different. It's just not the same. This is like hacky. Isn't Nazi Germany a lot like America? It's like, no, it's not. You can't just say that. All right, continue.
I'll leave that question up to you to answer.
I did it. You're wrong.
Yeah.
And further, perhaps it might be objected.
Oh,
What about the damage done by hypothetically leaving those confused about their identity to dwell in their confusion? Aren't we morally obliged to intervene? And I would say, no. Why? Well, first, do no harm, as the Hippocratic Oath, remember that, insists. And second, it has been a matter of historical consensus that sins of omission are less egregious than sins of commission. Thus, leaving someone with gender dysphoria, no matter how warranted, and perhaps it is in a very tiny minority of truly unfortunate cases, to suffer the consequences of the theoretical mismatch between soul and body is less of a risk ethically, personally, socially, and philosophically than the extremely active intervention that constitutes so-called gender confirming, another hated phrase, surgery. I might also point out that the trans surgery enterprise is now a $300 million per annum growth industry. Rate of projected expansion, 15% per year.
We don't
projected
talk money, big dog?
by
Talk
2027.
about scams. We're talking about money. Oh, he's wrapping up now. All right, so this is the last minute. Let's just watch it play out. He's blabbing. It's incoherent to anyone that doesn't have like. Here's the problem with a lot of these guys. Russell Brand is an expert in it too. This like over the top language where it just
language,
it confuses you, whips you into a frenzy.
A lot of $10 words.
There's a lot of even you're confusing me right now with describing the big words. That's how dumb I am. I've always hated. I can't even do an impression of a smart person. Like I kind of go, oh, why don't we golly wag extravagant
Onomatopoeia.
You alright there, Fonz?
Choking on some water.
Come.
Yeah, choking on some kung fu.
Nice. You're proud of that one. Kung Fu. All right. So he's blabbing about nothing. And also, listen, I like Jordan Peterson. He's just a silly little ventriloquist puppet. He's just sitting there in a little boy's suit, like he just made his first confirmation, his communion. And then he says, and all this is coming across as like I'm like real pro trans guy. This has made me come across like I'm a fucking. I don't give a fuck about these weirdos. But I believe if I want to just go into a doctor and be like, yo, can you just take my arm off? I keep punching my wife, and I'm keep punching my wife, and I'm afraid if. Because I love her. I don't know what else to do, Doc. And while you're at it, a couple of knees too. I've been learning Muay Thai. Can you make me a stump so that it's an even fight, and I'll still end up fucking just somehow biting on her shin? Absolutely gnawing on my wife. Exactly. But you should be able to do that. He is right about a lot of these poor kids being conditioned to. Because they're weird, you know. See, that's what happens. You take away the priesthood. All these weirdos have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Now they're fucking. They got it.
It's out on the streets.
Best case scenario, you got $250,000 waiting for them to cut off your nuts. Crazy. All right, let's go.
$1 per year. An expanding enterprise in a time of global uncertainty. Time to invest both in the requisite surgical skills and perhaps in any industry associated with this vicious and unconscionable fad, primarily entangling, as such things so often do, the youthful and female. Isn't that a concern, intersectionalists? Not when push comes to shove or ideology to scalpel. Is that not a true moral hazard? And I'm not taking down that tweet or acknowledging that my tweet violated the Twitter rules.
Badass.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Twitter's a rat hole.
Can you pause that? Can you pause it? This is just insane.
He's like a cartoon villain.
It's like a children's TV show.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what always bugged me about certain things. Like, if you ever watch Spider-Man, and just like a woman, she's walking down an alleyway, and then out of nowhere, 3 thugs pop out. There's a black one, there's a Hispanic one, and then there's a white one somehow. And of course, that's the 3 musketeers that are mugging you down the 3 best friends.
Yeah.
And they pull up and they go, "Yeah, where you going, honey?" She's like, "Get off me." And they're like, "Oh yeah? I think I'm gonna take a taste," or whatever. And then Spider-Man comes up and goes, "Papa, kaboo!" And he wraps them up and hanging
upside down.
Yeah, and he webs them to a Ford Fiesta, right? And then the cops show up and they go, and they're like going, "You gosh darn Spidey, you flipping harack!" Like they were just about to rape a bitch, and now they're going, "You gosh darn silly Spidey." It's like, slur it up, say fuck. You don't say fuck. You're hanging around the little gang of rapists and you don't say fuck. You're like, "You frickin' Spidey frick." Now this is him. He's such a badass. Up yours, Twitter boys. Up yours, fiddlesticks, stinky heads. You think you're going to silence me? You will not, you D-bags. You're cruising for a bruising. And then this was the best one. "We'll see who cancels who. What are you gonna do? You ain't got nothing. You're up against the fucking media, dude. You ain't got fuck all going on. Go over to the Daily News or whatever the fuck." All right, go back just a little bit and then we'll finish this out. We'll write it out.
The Twitter rules. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Twitter's a rat hole in the final analysis.
He's not
and I
wrong.
have probably contributed to that while trying to use, understand, and master that horrible, toxic platform. No doubt I owe some apologies for that, and I'm trying to learn. But it's a relief in some real sense to be banned. And I regard it under the present conditions as a badge of honor.
Oh.
Okay.
That's
He did
so
have a
funny.
soundboard.
Huh?
He did have a soundboard at the end.
Yeah. Here we go. The great Jordan Peterson. And I use it like, he's like, "Oh yeah? Break up with me? I was going to break up with you anyway." It's like a fucking chick. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm doing great. You know what? I'm so glad that he broke up with me because I didn't like him in the first place and I'm getting to find myself."
He starts posting thirst traps.
Yeah, of course. He's going to be posting quotes. He's going to be going to whatever his fucking Instagram page is. It's probably fucking MLK or something. He's posted something. Absolutely. Him and Che Guevara. "Don't judge me on my..." Yeah, only God can judge me. Anyway, shout out Jordan Peterson. Shout out to his daughter. I'd love to do her podcast. I don't know what fucking horseshit she's peddling. But you know what? It's all part of a thing. This is the way it is. It's all chess. Everyone's watching it. It's all nonsense. There's no fucking way. I refuse to believe that anyone actually has. Oh, look, it is a quote. Look.
Yeah.
"When ignorance destroys cultures, monsters will emerge." Wow. Peterson, he signed it. Who was that? Me.
Oh, wow.
He's posting inspirational quotes and he goes, "Who was that?" It's just you, man. Who? It's just something I made up there. I'm just riffing.
Completely out of control.
Oh, me? Oh, that's just something I wouldn't even, no, it's not that important, but I did get my assistant to make it into an image.
I think he's saying he's turning into a monster.
Is he saying that when ignorance destroys cultures, monsters?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm hulking up. I'm hulking up right now. You better get out of here. All right, Jordan Peterson. I want to also talk about Andrew Schultz, the man, one of the king of New York comedy. Really is. No one's doing bigger numbers. He's probably doing bigger numbers than Louis right now. Who else is a New York? Mulaney's a New York comic that I've never seen in New
They're
York.
old though.
What?
So they're all old.
Mulaney's probably younger than fucking Schultz. Mulaney's 29. Mulaney's
He's still 19.
He's been around since he was 12. Anyway, Schultz, Proponent of comedy, leader of, I guess, edgy, for lack of a better words, comedy. Balls in your face, hardcore, I'm saying what I want comedy. And he was signed for, I don't know who it was, one of these streaming platforms. I know he had his Netflix special that was very successful last year, so it's hard to imagine it wasn't them. But then again, with Netflix, you would imagine if they've already worked with him, they know the deal. You're paying for a guy who got extremely successful on the back of saying inappropriate jokes that most people like. Most people don't want to hear fucking jokes about vacuum and Dyson and all that type of shit or whatever bullshit like, hey, inclusivity. We watched that on the Patreon the other day where we watched that girl from Second in the City. It was the worst fucking thing we ever saw in our life. And most people agreed too with laughing at jokes. Most people will want to go to comedy. They want to hear you say horrible stuff. They want an opportunity to laugh at that. And then they want to leave there and go, all right, that was the bad stuff. They don't want you saying these horrible stuff in real life. They don't want to hear you screaming slurs in a fucking supermarket, kicking a black guy's dog or whatever these people are doing. I don't know what they've been doing, but there's always something like that. So that is where the market is. So this is obviously what got him successful. It's why he's doing Radio City. He did 2 nights of Radio City Music Hall. Huge for any comic. And I don't know which streaming platform, but it was guaranteed to be successful. They sent him back too many notes. And rather than just take these notes, he said, fuck you, I'm taking the special back. He bought it back. I don't know enough about the industry, so I guess he had to buy it back. I don't know if they could just go like, well, I'm just not going to give it to you anymore. I don't know what the terminology is. I'm like, you bought it back? I just feel like it's like selling someone your car, just give him the money back. I don't know if he had to pay more than he already bought. Did he make a loss already? But click on that clip there, the special story. Let's see what he had to say. Here we go.
Was with the streamer. And then we sent the streamer a finished version of the special.
Put on a top.
They kind of freaked out. Please. They said, we can't put this out. These jokes are wild. And we don't want to deal with the backlash. So you're going to have to edit some of these jokes or just cut some of these jokes out entirely. And
great traps.
Some of you probably know this about me. I'm a very stubborn guy. So long story short, I took my fucking life savings and I bought my special back. And
I think he has a bit more. I think he has a bit more money than he's letting on.
I hope it does. But ultimately, it's up to you guys. I think people like real, authentic comedy. And I think that they would prefer that than some watered down corporate boardroom bullshit. I feel that way because I perform in front of thousands of people every single night, and
that's the end of it. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So July 17th, I think I have in my head as the date the special comes out. Go check it out. Go buy it. Fuck these guys getting their fucking handprints, their fingerprints all over this stuff. Just some guy. It's as old as time itself. Just some guy. Well, in my day when we used to pack mail in the office, we believed that this was the way you do it, and they don't know anything. They're afraid of backlash, which is, we do know, it's bad business to even be afraid of backlash. Backlash is the best thing you can ever do. Being involved in controversy just fucking multiplies everything. Chris Rock got smacked in the face, starts selling tickets. Yeah, it's the best thing you can do, is just be involved somehow. Forget about all these things. Whoever works for you and their blue hair on their armpit, fucking they're these hairy bitches that work for you. Support artists. It's good to see comedy. Say whatever you want about Andrew Schultz, right? He's a fucking funny comic. He's a good stand-up comic, and he has led the way for a lot of people. He's changed a lot of stuff, and this could be a fucking fantastic opportunity now where these guys, these streamers, will be like, oh, we're not in a situation anymore to water down their stuff. We're not in a situation to tell them what they need to say, and also to be proven fucking just wrong. Just proven wrong. So shout out to Schultz. Really pioneer in the comedy industry. I guess that's all we have for the fucking show. So we're supposed to give a winner for last week's fucking thing. We should do that. I never did this. Did you go through any of these comments from last week?
No.
All right, guys. If you, like we said, if you want to win some free merch, rather than just go off to columtyrrell.com and you can, you could just buy yourself some merch. You can also win merch by leaving the funniest comment from the previous week. So last week when we had Kim Congdon on the episode, a lot of people have been leaving comments. Kim has been looking hot. Let me see. La la la. La la la. La la la. Everyone's talking about Kim's tits.
Yeah, basically. Kim's been looking very funny lately. How's it go
on? Oh, look. Kim Cogden really knows how to get my algorithm processing. There we go. That's the winner.
I like that.
That one has the most upvotes too than anyone else.
Bang.
That is Console 2 PC. So get in contact. We will send you a shirt. And if you didn't win, leave a comment this week talking about the algorithm. And then you could be in a chance to win next week. Also, come catch me on tour. columtyrrell.com. We've got dates coming up everywhere. Thank you very much.